Yeah, that's right. You heard me.
Before I start defending this album though, I should first explain why CXOXO by Camila Cabello is a garish trash fire disaster.
I have not seen a pop album rollout with such bad omens in years. Lead single gets teased. It's immediately pegged as a Charli XCX ripoff. Lead single comes out. Reaction is, huh? The chorus is a Gucci Mane interpolation, and Playboi Carti raps about his favorite image file format. Album title comes out, again, pegged as a Charli ripoff. Tracklist comes out, there are two Drake features at the worst possible time in history to have a Drake feature. CXOXO is the unluckiest pop album to release this year, and I kinda love it.
Let's entertain a question. What if CXOXO is the best pop album of 2024?
Might seem like an illegitimate question, but let's spend some time exploring it, really holding space with it. On its own, CXOXO, the fourth studio album by Camila Cabello, has way more going for it than Stan Twitter would lead you to believe. Camila said it was inspired by a breakup set against the sights and sounds of Miami. It conjures late city nights, partying with your friends until the crack of dawn, yet always feeling alone. Though I'll be real, I had to sit with lead single I Love It for a bit, really absorb it. This may not be a flattering comparison now, but it reminds me of something like Sexy Back. You describe the song to someone like I did earlier, it sounds awful, then you put it on and it actually comes together in its own twisted way.
Here's something I realized. Playboi Carti isn't on a lot of pop hits.
Carti is one of the biggest rappers of our time, and yeah, he's had hits on his own. It's not like he needs a pop crossover by any means. But I'm surprised at how little the pop world has embraced him. So good on Camila, and I can't wait for the eventual Maroon 5 Carti collab. The rest of the album hit more immediately for me. Chanel No. 5 with its wow and flutter effect on the piano. He Knows with that hypnotic Oh Jeremy sample. I also really like that brief meter shift when the littlest Nas comes in. Dade County Dreaming with the Former City Girls is a bop for the first 2/3, and then it smacks you upside the face with a whole ass piano. It's been working out.
Real city girl shit, get it poppin'. Real city girl shit, get it poppin'. Real city girl shit, get it poppin'.
That same mournful piano comes up again on 305 Till I Die. Cultured viewers may notice how that title is the same as the refrain from the opening track off Pitbull's debut album.
You might then think that we'd be in for a Pitbull sample, but sadly, it's not there. It's on the next song.
Now, if you haven't heard Boat yet, you might think I'm about to meme all over this thing. But first you get caught off guard by it being a piano ballad with Camila reminiscing about a lover she misses.
I wish you'd say you were right, that I want you when you're not mine.
And then it hits you with this. I'm not joking here, the hotel room service synth on this song is one of the best moments in music this year. It is a brilliant way to place this song in an entirely new context. This classic turn-of-the-decade pop song by Pitbull, now used to conjure memories of what you had and want back. This is one of the best songs of 2024. And the two songs with Drake, yeah, for real, I don't know what they were thinking there. My best guess is that Drake recorded those two songs, one of which is apparently an old demo of his. Then the great f***ing happened, and because of contractual obligations or the sunk cost fallacy, he stayed on, and Camila had to go on podcasts and say it was a joy to work with him. The first one has a good beat though.
2 hands on my waist, 1 hand on your face. You're too weak to handle me, my babe.
So hopefully I've given you enough context to at least appreciate what this album is. But that probably doesn't answer the question I asked earlier. What if this is the best pop album of 2024? Saying that might be especially wild to you because this has been such a big year for pop music. Let's run this down. Tortured Poets Department, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Radical Optimism, Cowboy Carter, Deeper Well, Eternal Sunshine, Short and Sweet, Charm, Don't Forget Me. These are some of the albums released in 2024 by major and/or upcoming mainstream pop girls. I would also say that all of these are good and some of them are great. And these are the ones I can remember more than 3 songs from. More than ever, these big pop records feel lightweight. They get about a week or so of discourse, and then the majority of us move on. That may be a more anecdotal feeling on my part. I'm not saying everybody feels this way, but I have seen it quite a bit when I'm on the fun screen. I don't think I'm alone in this feeling.
Again, all of those records are good, if not great. It is not a fault of the albums or the women who made them that I don't remember them. It's just this constant onslaught of we have to put up with now makes it so that most of those albums had like a week of relevance in pop culture. Maybe 2.
And just to make clear that I'm not some curmudgeon about pop music, here are a bunch of pop albums from this year that I've really enjoyed. Also, I think pop singles are in a good place right now. I actually think all of pop music is in a good place right now. It's just albums that are being a little bit weird. In music, being good on its own isn't enough anymore. So when I ask if CXOXO is the best pop album of 2024, it's not just because I like the album, but because it has managed to stick with me for months while others haven't. To put it another way,
But that's impossible. If Snelly didn't win, then...
And the winner is Rocky!
Lots of people might say that the ultimate goal of pop music is to be good, but I would argue that there's an even more important goal: to be memorable.
memorability is not about quality. It's about finding a way to get something stuck in your head, whether it's a good or bad way. Most of the pop songs of the 2010s were derided at the time as terrible, monotonous garbage. Now some people consider it the last time pop music was good. That's why I'm so averse to people trying to intellectually one-up pop music. All right? Are we out here just doing cinema sins but for pop music? Is art just a bunch of checklists to us, or is it a way to communicate ideas and thoughts and feelings? I will always take imperfect execution with great ideas over technically well made with mechanical vibes. But that's also just me, right? I'm not saying you have to feel the same. I was just born this way. I'm the sick freak who's gonna make a video one day about how Joker 2 is better than Joker 1.
But of course, there is one album in particular that has cast an especially long shadow over CXOXO, an albatross around Camila's neck with a bright green face on it.
So between these two albums, which one is better?
And this is where I hit a brick wall with my question from earlier. Between these two records, I do think Brat is the better one.
But there's a vigor to how people have uplifted Charlie that sometimes feels overzealous. We don't actually have to pit women against each other. Both of these albums coexist, and perhaps they can offer unique things to us. Sometimes you're not in your Brat summer era, you know?
I don't want to have a little key Charlie. I want to go to bed at 9:30 p.m.
For all the incredible work Charlie has done over her career, and as great as Brat is, I sometimes see people act like Charlie invented things that she just didn't. If Woman with Synths is a copyrightable concept, then Wendy Carlos's estate is owed some royalties. If Woman with Autotune can be patented, then Cher needs some checks pronto. Checks for Cher? Checks for Cher? In reality, the only song that really echoes XCX on CXOXO is I Love It. And even then, it's a surface level similarity. Sure, I Love It has a similar name to one of Charlie's songs, I Got It, and it has triplets in the vocal melody, but if triplets in pop music can be owned by anyone, then we need to get Migos on the phone. Brat has a song called Spring Breakers, but CXOXO sounds like Spring Breakers, the movie, specifically the scene where the girls and James Franco do a bunch of crimes with Britney Spears' Every Time playing in the background. Also, I think the Charlie comparisons do a disservice to whom Camila is actually pulling a hefty dose of inspiration from. She's not trying to be Charlie. She's trying to be Rosalia.
Ooh, so good, so.
I mean, right? They both come from Spanish-speaking countries, they both have a relationship with Miami, they even share a producer. El Guincho has production credits on most of CXOXO, and he also produced most of Rosalia's catalog. And okay, fine, he's on a song from Brat too. So yes, I stand strong in my convictions. It may not be the best pop album of 2024, but CXOXO is a good album, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not. Will history vindicate me at some point? I don't know. CXOXO has sold okay, and it's gotten reviews. Some folks have said this is a transitional record for Camila, and I believe that too, though in a more positive way. I find it interesting when you hear the music trying to figure out where it wants to go in real time. Makes me feel like I'm a part of that journey. And I'm excited to see what Camila does next.
But I want to hear from you now. Have you heard CXOXO? What did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Am I just a Kaya with a Kaya soul? Let me know down in the comments.
And I meant what I said earlier. I think pop music is in a good place right now. I even ranked all the big summer 2024 hits a while back. Check that video out next.